Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in Kalangala by the pool. As you can see the lake right behind us, having a great time, and we are excited. Why are we excited? Because this Friday is Women's Day. So we have a special episode dedicated to all the lovely women out there. They are mothers, our brothers, our sisters. But to you women out there, we have a question. Should you be paid by your husband? And I know some people are asking, should you be paid for what? But are you entitled to a monthly, not monthly subscription, what is it called?
Monthly salary.
Yeah, like a monthly salary, an OTT charge, yes. Because of all the great things you're doing. Now, some men, the discussion has been ongoing, some men think that that is not necessary, and others think it's one of the best ways to tame their women. Gentlemen, good to have you here. We're in Kalangala, enjoying the breeze. The air doesn't get fresher than this. So, I'm going to talk to the married man first, because you know these guys, huh? Banji. Yes. Is it okay for a man to give his wife a monthly, I don't want to call it a salary because you're not really paying, but to just, yes, an appreciation.
Talking of appreciation.
I think that men have historically appreciated their women and have historically paid their wives for the good deeds, for being with them. But the concept of this monthly payment, I think, is more recent with the the women's rights movement and the women's rights empowerment campaigns. And in Western countries, it makes more meaning because it's more of a labor-based economy where everything is derived from the market, and also their women have moved a little bit that when they are working, they pull the weight of the family expenses. Now, the question would be, in the Ugandan case, the question would be, why are you paying your wife? Why are you paying? I think it's a very important question. I don't know whether you would sign a payment contract, whether it is verbal, so that when you don't obey it, then you can be questioned. But I think that the average Ugandan man is paying the wife without actually knowing, because especially if she's a stay-home mom, she's stay home, so the man is paying the rent, the man is buying, is doing the groceries, doing the utilities, is doing the salon, some clothing, and it's almost all her expenses are from the guy. So he is actually paying without knowing that he is paying. Can the average Ugandan man afford adding a monthly salary on that? I think it's a question of income. But I think it's a good practice that if you have the resources, or within the small resources you have, you can have a discussion about it and see.
Okay, Stefan, I know already where you stand.
Nonsense.
However, in all fairness, do you expect, especially a stay-at-home mom, do you expect her to be asking you for money for every small thing? She needs pads, she has to come running to you, I need that. She wants to take her friend out for a drink, I need that. I want to buy the children ice cream, it comes back to you. In all honesty, isn't she entitled to having her own money? Because she's also, as Banji said, she's pulling her weight around the house. So isn't it just fair that she has some spending money?
Remunerator?
Not really remuneration. I mean, you're giving her a stipend. So
yeah,
she has
if you put it like that, like, she's a stay-at-home mom, and she's taking care of your kids. Yeah, you can give her that, give her money to fuel the Primo somewhere. But my argument is simple. We have so many women celebrations, birthdays, We have Valentine's that happen there, anniversaries, Simanyi, bride price, Kwanzula, I don't know what. And then you want men to pay her for staying at home.
You're not really paying.
That's what you're talking about, salary. You want guys to get into their pockets and pay women for staying at home. Listen, I know it's taxing. I've actually spent a day or a week with a kid, and it's not an easy thing. It's very taxing. It's tiresome. But listen, if I'm paying, men slave a lot for women. There's a way society has been. There's a societal construct that you always have to do something for the women. Like, men don't do anything. Women are the ones who.
But if I may quote the Bible, that's the way it was supposed to be.
But you adding the load on men, you want us to pay salaries? No, man. Stay at home. I pay I pay rent. I have sex with you on a daily basis. I do all these things. Shash.
Faisal, help me out here. As men, aren't we actually meant to provide for our women?
Well,
regardless of whether she's working or not, we are meant to provide.
There's a simple law of demand and supply. I mean, if you have money and you're a rich man, I'm not going to tell you not to give your wife money, because in the Bible it says give women. In the Quran it says the same thing. If you have money, give your woman. But you see, that is if you have money. And most of the men now don't have money. Yeah, I mean, look at how the trend starts. You've spent on Kuchara, then Kwanjula, then a wedding. You've moved into a new apartment, and now you also have to pay this woman. You don't have money. What happens?
No, but I think we're having. I don't like calling it paying her. Okay, you're
No, they literally want to be paid. No. Peter, okay. You need to be very specific. Because listen, women want to be paid for staying at home. Lazy women.
Okay, I mean,
because there's this instance of there are these women who stay at home and pick up something to do. They pick up tailoring. They start something. They start businesses. But with a woman, never start something you're not going to finish. So if you put her on that monthly allowance, what happens when you don't have money?
Then you tell her you don't have.
And then she'll be like, hey, to charity sent, you don't bring money anymore. You come back, you drink the money you used to give me, now you don't give me, because not everyone understands the phrase, I don't have money, when you've been doing it for an entire year.
I'll tell you what, Albert, I need you in here. Again, I clearly know where you lie. But think about it this way. All right, I get it, and I think money, and we've said it before quite a number of times, the conversation about money is a very sticky conversation. And I think one of the challenges a lot of men have is we are not open enough to tell our women when we don't have money. Okay, if you don't have the money, what is wrong with telling her, I don't have the money, so I can't do it? That's why I don't want to call it paying. Okay, because you see, you get paid for a job done.
Yep.
And being a wife or a spouse is a parent. It's not actually a job, it's a responsibility. So those are two different things. So you're not really being paid. But isn't it okay for a man to make, because you're meant to improve the life of your loved one at the end of the day, whether it's your wife or your kids, it's you to improve their life. So what is wrong with improving their life? Even if she has a job. Yeah.
What's your question?
What is wrong with improving her life, even if she has a job? Because when you give her financial enhancement, you're improving her life.
Peter, there is no problem with giving her something to improve her life, or the life of the people at home, children, or to improve.
Happy wife,
happy life. You're giving her what she needs to improve. You're not paying her to stay home. You're not paying her to be lazy. Look at the country we live in. Maybe we may look like we're at the Bahamas now, so people may think that these guys probably can pay for them. We are in Uganda, this is Kalangala. Usually men who want to control their wives, surely, if you want to be that control freak, you don't want any man to look at your wife, which I don't think is a realistic concept, because men are shady and women are shadier. You cannot keep your wife locked up. What would I advise men to do in this situation? If you have a lazy woman, you are in trouble. I can't advise you, because if a person who is lazy comes from the mind, that's a person, it's something that is mental. But if you have a woman who is willing to show up, especially where it comes to put her in this, as you said, the cottage industries, there you can make beads. Someone can make so small things. That's how Indians make their money. You find Indians, the person is selling 1,000 boxes of chalk, but they make them from home, and it's the woman running the business. The man goes to the office and makes. That is what I think a man should do. Encourage the woman. Have a mentality of wanting to improve her life in a realistic manner for a futuristic situation.
Women need to get out of this special needs bubble. We celebrate you, which is nice, and I don't want to shoot myself on the foot because it's Women's Day. But if you want men and people to start comparing you, to put you on the same pedestals as men, we need to come out of these special needs type of celebrations why are we celebrating women?
I'll tell you what.
For example,
that's a whole different discussion. I'll tell you what.
You don't choose to be born a man.
True, but for the longest time, women were actually on the back foot.
For the longest time,
yes.
We are no longer.
That's what we are discussing.
Yes.
Now we're discussing privileged women. Now. We have your wife is a privileged woman to have.
Just a minute. I think you and Albert raised a fundamental concept of responsibility. Because let us put ourselves in the Ugandan context. We are in Uganda, and as much as we know, some women who are making money and the men are not making money, they are actually complaining that the man is just slaying, he's lazy, he's not pulling his weight. And actually among the empowered couples, the educated women, the working women, it is one of the greatest causes of instability in the homesteads, because she's paying rent, she fuels your car, she pays your saloon, she buys you jeans and whatever. She thinks you are not pulling the weight.
Exactly.
Now, let us simply reverse the roles. If I was the one staying home, looking after the kids, to what degree would she pay me? She would say, these are your kids. This is your responsibility. Now, that's what I'm arguing. So, because we have responsibilities, and what makes Africa very unique is that if you have your responsibility, you must perform it. If my wife is stay home, she's looking after the kids. Yes, she's doing a very good job raising the kids. She cleans the house, she makes breakfast, lunch and supper, she washes. But who is meeting the expenses? I am going to work in order to make the magic in the home happen. Exactly. I am not wasting the money in the bar or stuff like that. So why do I then at the end of the month say, now from the 1 million I'm earning, you are entitled to 100,000 or 200,000 per month, when the money we are spending it as a what? As a unit. Yes. I think this thing would make much more meaning if we are running a family business. Okay? If we are running a family business, or if she had a job and then I choose and say, you know what, leave the job, go and stay home. So I have made her move from income. But you see, some of our wives are at home not because they want to stay home. It is because there is no job that they are going to do. So do I pay them for their unemployment cause?
I want to sympathize with the ladies. I want to sympathize with the ladies that say.
But in all honesty,
they are jobs. That's what they call cottage industry.
Peter, I'll say this before I know you want to wind up this episode. I'll say this. Is that what I do? I want to sympathize with the ladies and say that staying at home is not it's not easy. And any parent here knows, taking care of kids, taking care of the household is hard. We are not sitting here, saying that what you do is wrong, it's easy, it is hard. Basically what we are saying is that pull your weight.
You are saying.
Pull your weight. What I'm saying is pull your weight. You know,
Yeah.
think out of the box.
We
Come
need
up
to-
with
we
something
need to-
you can
We
do.
need to get into a break right now. Don't forget that this episode is dedicated to all the lovely women out there as we near Women's Day. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back from the break. We are here at Pearl Resort in Kalangala celebrating women on Women's Day. Now, if you have just joined us, let's get the conversation going. Go to our social media pages, that's Twitter and Facebook. Let's get engaged in this discussion. Now, gentlemen, I'm in a bit of pain, and I'll tell you why. You have alluded to it. The reality is, first of all, not everybody who stays at home is staying at home because they want to. There are very many reasons why women stay at home.
Yes, of course.
Some decide to stay at home to raise the kids. For example, if you've got a child with special needs, it is very difficult to let somebody else deal with that because there's an attachment. Number two, even not everybody can get a job. Not everybody is an entrepreneur. That is a fact. So we can't say that, come on, you get
Bad
start
luck
a
to that
cottage industry,
gentleman.
and
Bad
if you
luck.
don't, you're lazy.
Bad luck.
And then last but not least, sometimes it is taking care of the home, you mentioned it, is work. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
But you see, Igor, before you even continue explaining, we have two or three scenarios. One, we have a stay-home mom, and maybe she's looking after 1 or 2 or 3 kids, and she's the only person at home. So she's really breaking her back, you know, taking care of the household issues. But also we have stay-home women, and they are surrounded by
House help. 3 of them.
3, 4, a village of them, who the man who has gone to work pays at the end of the month.
Very willingly.
Actually,
Nobody forces.
yeah.
Sometimes unwillingly.
No.
No. Sometimes willingly.
Can say no.
Oh, subconsciously they can say no, but openly, some men are not bold like you to say no, because that no, my friend, you will be harassed in your own house for the rest of the year. So the man is actually also slaving. And I think the women need to understand us clearly here, particularly what I'm saying. We are not saying we don't want to pay you. We are saying under the current Ugandan circumstances, while you are home, sweating, doing household chores, I'm also in office or in the family business, also struggling to earn a living. Which money I bring and we share. So I really don't see the logic of me paying. But we need to understand what Albert said. Me not paying you a fixed or a defined monthly salary doesn't mean that I will not give money to make life easy for you. Because as your husband, I know you need clothing, you need saloon, you need to go out sometimes with the girls. So yes, I will give you something. But we don't have to sit and say, now every month 0.5 for me.
There's a flip side to this. You know, there are people who say that if you don't give her, the women will say if you don't give her, someone else will do it. Because, you know, she has free time. She's on leave. And most of
No.
no.
There's also a flip side to that. You can give her,
Listen.
and she can still have other people who give her more.
Yeah.
I can give you an example. I know of ladies who have she has 3 kids. Now in the morning she takes them to some daycare somewhere. She takes them some daycare, and the rest of the day she's at home alone. What does she do? She has a nice ride. She's on WhatsApp or on Facebook or social media platforms. And what is she doing? She's chatting with different guys during that time before she picks up the kid.
Okay, but you see, can I, where that is concerned, just before you come in, you see, at the end of the day, that has got nothing to do with whether you give her money or not. If that is her character, that is her character. Whether you give, just as Albert has said, whether you give her money or not, if that's who she is, that's what she's going to do. And we cannot say it's because she is idle. And also one of the things I'm a bit wary of is thinking that we can use money as a measure of control, because it never
It doesn't work. But that's what
it doesn't
we
work.
want
But
to do.
let me tell you something, Peter. there are women out there who are raising families single-handedly, no husband, no nothing, and no one is paying them. There are single moms doing this already. They have more than one kid actually, and she takes care of the kids, she goes to work, and those women are not being paid. Yeah, so why would you pay someone who on top of that has a husband, a house, security, you have food, and then now you subscribe to a monthly salary? It doesn't work. You're actually reducing the integrity of a woman.
Yeah.
Because women know how to work. You just teach her, she'll do something. But if you instill that giveaways, you know, another man will just come and give away more than you.
Yes.
And that's it. And there will always be another man who has more than you. So if you feel like your 1 million a month is, you know, security and keeping it down, I'm telling you, a Colin will come from Nairobi with his 5 million Kenyan shillings, and you'll be nothing.
And when you convert them in this economy,
I hope you're watching, because clearly there's a lot of damage you're doing in our economy. But you see, the thing is, I think the thinking is also, why are you giving that? Are you recognizing her contribution to the home? Are you, because
the home is run by two people.
Listen, Peter.
Yeah.
Listen, Peter.
You know,
Look
that's
here.
our office.
Yes, that's our office. We have to contribute towards that. Contributing towards running your home is different from paying someone to stay home because they are staying home for whatever reason. It's very different to contribute. If I tell you, oh baby, not you, oh baby, oh baby, I think you need, you have this for your saloon. It's different from saying every month you get your salary, fuel, water bills, my wife. No, because listen Peter, you are spending on your wife in every single aspect of your life. Even when you're going to work, it's because you want a better life for your wife and your family.
Okay, I would really like your help here, Banji. Is there anything wrong with planning your spending? We are always telling men we need to budget. We need to budget. And if you're going to give, and it even helps when you're running your own business. So you know, at the end of this month, my expenses at home, including the money that I give my wife, is 1 million shillings. Okay. So I know I have to generate a minimum of 2 million shillings. So the business can have money, and I have money to run the home. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that.
That's why I said,
the question was directed to me first.
Okay, yes, Mr.
I think we have always urged that we need to go into a business of systematically budgeting. So as the gentlemen here have said, we list all the expenses of the household. Okay, and remember, when you list, you come from food to water, electricity, power, the expenses on the wife, the expenses on the man, the expenses on the child, expenses on the wife, expenses on the child, and we say it is going to cost us this much, and this is the family budget, this is the family expense. I think and that is okay, and we encourage that. I think what we are really trying to find difficult to accept here is to say that in addition to these expenses, Madam X, you are entitled to a 1 million salary.
Okay.
Let me tell you one thing. I think the feminists might throw stones at us, but I think it is insulting to the Ugandan woman for you to say you are going to pay her. It is very insulting, because already she's pulling a lot of weight. Even after you have removed all the expenses, the money, if Chris was here, he would tell you, there is no her money or my money, it is our money. Yeah. So after we have removed all the expenses, the balance is ours.
And
it is ours.
I remember a few weeks ago you talked about getting money which you spend and nobody's supposed to ask you about it.
Yes.
It is your money.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So if you can budget for yourself.
When you budget that, even the woman has money to spend, and you not ask where she spends it, beyond the names and what.
Peter.
But you allocate for her every month.
Peter.
And it's a fixed amount.
Depending on how much money comes in.
But
And this is money. I
this,
paid for you sauna last month. I can pay for you swimming. Sauna may be 30,000, swimming may be 20,000 or even 5,000. So it's not a fixed figure.
I don't know which type of women you guys date, but there's this perceived notion that men don't appreciate what women do at home. We look at it like
Which is clearly
we appreciate what women do. What we are saying here as what I'm saying as a Jaluo man is that I'm also working. I am working. I am toiling myself. I pay 3/4 of what goes on in that. What I'm challenging women to do is step out of that special needs thing that, you know, why will I pay a woman? Like, honestly, it is so demeaning.
You're not, I think the word paying is being taken out.
But that's what you're saying.
No, because you're not paying. You are giving her an allocation.
A fixed allocation.
Yes.
That is payment.
Payment. Nice salary.
Which is even
That is payment.
Money given for
Taxation.
Yes.
Mine is even tax.
give me one.
Mine is even tax.
I think there is one gentleman in Uganda who has publicly said he pays the wife. I'm not going to mention his name. He has publicly, I think like on 1 or 2 shows he appeared on NTV, and he said he pays the wife. He gives the wife a salary.
That's enabling stupidity.
But if you look at the dynamics of this of this marriage, it's an African European, I think African European or American kind of relationship. For us, for me, my argument is, it is I find it real in Europe and the US. It is growing. It is becoming a norm for husbands to pay wives.
Slave,
And that's why the reverse
Trophy
is
wives.
true. Sometimes they choose, they say, now we have 2 kids, we can't afford a nanny to stay at home. Who is going to take care of? And the man says, I'm staying home. And the woman meets the entire expenses of the household without complaining. Because what the woman is doing at home, I mean the man is, or woman is doing at home, is also a job, a full-time serious job. That now, for us here in Uganda to say, let's pay women who stay home,
A collective state.
we need to understand the facts. From what are we paying them? Because that's a very important question. If we just tell the women out there that be paid, they are going to harass our fellow men, the husband, and we are going to cause a lot of chaos in homes. Yes, but it can also disrupt the marriage. If the man is meeting all the expenses of the household, then he's actually paying you. Because just a minute. Do you want me to allocate my wife 1.4 million and then I say now contribute to water, to this, because that's what I'm going to do.
That is exactly.
But then you see, at the end of the day, she can also ask you the same thing. Then are you the one who's going to cook? Who's going to take care of that? We do have to get into a break. We are here in Kalangala talking about whether women should get a monthly stipend or not. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break. Welcome back from the break. In case you've just joined us, you are right in time to be with us to celebrate Women's Day. It is hot, yes, and so is the discussion. Now, before you almost threw me in the pool, okay.
We were just trying to tell you that at work, when let's put a scenario of you go out to work, you're earning a salary. Your boss expects you to do a certain type of things. You come late, they chop your salary. You don't come at all, they chop your salary even more. So this is what's going to happen. You're going to tell a man, you know, you're going to have to pay a woman. The man is going to be like, okay, fine. This is how it's going to be. I need sex 7 times a week.
Yes.
Yeah, they're going to put terms and conditions to how or why I should give you this money, because they're going to justify this. When you're getting married, they don't tell you in church, in sickness and in health, but you're paying her. That salary thing. It's not there. No, wait, Peter, it's not there. So now we already married. These other normal things you're supposed to be doing, because that's how marriage is.
Yeah,
you
you
have to
can't
take care of
contribute.
kids. You have to take care of your husband. That is what marriage is. They don't have to pay you for it. Yeah.
And Igaga, I think if Chris was here, he would have recited for us the vows. Because they say, what I have,
I give unto you.
I give you. What you have, so it is one.
Every partner plays a role
Yes.
in a relationship. You take care of kids, I go to
I have
work.
one question. How many of you here were in boarding school? In high school? All right. Yes. How many of you received pocket money from your parents? Okay.
No.
I
I never received the
Okay. All right. Wait. Let me finish.
I did not
Let me
receive.
finish.
It's okay, now we know.
Let me finish. Okay. So, now, were you not able to go out there and work for your money? I did it. I used to work on the farm during during the holiday and get paid for it. Okay. So, are we then saying now all children should do the same? Because I'll tell you what.
Listen, Peter, do not equate
You
a
can
child
equate, your
to a
own
grown
kids
woman
to a
who you
grown
have
woman.
married, who you have loosely. And secondly, no, Peter, now there you're jazzing. These are different things.
I'll tell you where I'm going with this.
That's why for me I told you, I did not get pocket money. I got money from my dad.
Yeah.
But I had to work the coffee plantation for that money. The
As
3
a
weeks
worker.
the 3 weeks for holiday, I would be in the plantation.
Yes.
That was exchange, because as a responsibility, my
Thank
responsibility
you.
as a child
Thank you.
is to also
You have just said what I was saying.
I think I need to.
So it is also her responsibility in the home to contribute. So what is so she has added value. There's
Sitting rooms right now, and
No.
you're creating something that
I'm
you.
not- no, I'm
because
not.
there are people who take you.
No,
who
I'm
take
not.
your word
Listen,
as the truth. Let me
and
say
now-
this.
Maybe let's just allow him to finish.
Just let me
listen.
finish. The
Let
trouble
us
is you're
allow
not
him
letting
to
me
finish.
finish. You heard from our dear producer Rose. She said that a lot of women are now moving towards the side where they even want an MOU.
Yes,
so
a
it is
contract.
clear.
A contract,
Right
yes.
from the beginning. And I'll tell you what, again, we are dealing with the harsh realities. There are a lot of men who are running away from their responsibilities. They're using. We
That's a
cannot sit
blanket
here.
statement.
Yes,
It's a blanket
we cannot
statement.
sit here and say that all the
How
men out there.
how many men
are
do you know are
spending-
running away
Just
from their
let me
responsibilities?
finish.
That's a statement
Wait,
that
let
is
me
pushed
finish.
around.
Jaru,
so
what
careless.
are you taking?
Let me,
Relax, man.
don't worry. Have I touched a personal chord? All right, let me finish. We cannot run away from the fact that there are men who are abdicating their responsibilities and are going to hide. It's just like the safe spaces thing. Can hide behind this and say, oh, but she's lazy, she's not doing anything. But what are you doing? Number two, if your woman is lazy, it is your fault. You married a lazy woman. Shauri yako. You said everything I give to you, it's yours. Don't blame her. It's your business. You
Yes.
picked up.
Now, Igaga, look.
When you say pay women, people are not going to segregate. People are not going to segregate. Okay, only lazy women or the ones with calves are the ones we should. Or the
All
tall
the
ones. Or the
women
short.
who
No,
want
no,
to be
no, no, no.
paid.
It is going to be a
And you know these
standard
women,
in every
especially here in
homestead.
Uganda.
In every homestead, whether you are a fisherman or you are a CEO or you are a radio presenter, you're going to have to be subjected to that. Oliba Musasudde, what about me? Everyone at work, they're in the saloon. Everyone is saying, me, I was paid, me, I was paid.
Different families are run differently. Everyone, like we cannot sit here and say this is how we want you to run your family. If you are able
To pay.
your woman, well and good. We don't want this to be a collective thing. It's a collective thing. When I paid Kwanjula, you took my name. It is my name. You saying that you're raising my kids, I should be. You guys, I'm working. I paid Kwanjula. I took sofa set. The sofa set that your parents are sitting on right now is a mine.
The same quality.
The milk that you're drinking is from my cows.
You know what's going to happen? Kids will also ask to be paid just for being kids.
Yes.
Because I'm behaving,
No,
I'm topping
you
the
gave-
class.
you gave
Daddy,
back
pay
to me. I
You
did
gave
not
back to
choose
me. I
to
didn't
be
ask.
born.
By the way,
So I think
a lot of
Igaga-
guys in your age are actually saying that right now.
Igaga.
Self-entitlement.
I
Yes.
think let us do this. There are men out there whose wives are capable of actually are working. Either she's working with you in a family business or she has a job. And once you tie the knot or you quanchula, you say, Madam, I don't want you going to the office because other guys are looking at you. Actually, that's normally the intention behind. Other guys are looking at you. Stay home.
No, that's fake.
You should compensate her because
Yes.
you have caused her
Yes.
unemployment.
Yes.
And you should write, if you are the woman out there viewing, ask her to write a contract, like our producer Rose said, stating that I will continue paying you your current salary until I agree to let you go and work. Because he has made you, actually not you, he has made the family to lose your income.
Yes.
But there are men out there who are struggling like some of us on this show.
I'm not-
Some of us are not struggling.
Some of us. I haven't mentioned you.
The guilty are always afraid.
Man, I've said some of us.
The guilty are always afraid.
Yes,
Yes,
jump
yes,
up to
If I have married you, we don't have a family business yet. You don't have a job. I think it would be wrong for you to stand on your two legs in the sitting room of the house I am paying rent, and you say, Mr. Banji, please can you pay me? No, that is wrong. What you should be asking is, Mr. Banji, how do the Banji's family now meet the expenses of
Including
the home?
hers.
Yes,
yes.
including
Yeah,
hers.
including
But
her.
hers is
Including
not,
hers.
it's not a
She's
standard
not
salary
working. Let's
base.
be
Not
fair.
a standard
Everyone has
salary.
expenses.
No,
Even
listen.
children
No, Faisal, let's be honest. Let us be honest. Even your housemaid at home,
Yeah,
you don't.
she also has expenses.
You cannot have this notion because she's working for you and you're giving her food. She doesn't have things she needs. You need to provide some of these small things.
Yes.
And that's what Banji is saying.
We'll talk about housemaids on a different, whatever. You pay her salary. You don't need to provide for her. Okay. What she does with her money. So you want to start anyway. Let's not go there. Anyway,
Okay, I run
that's
things
the
differently in my household. Yeah.
yeah.
I am a Luo man. I don't have problems. This Peter problem.
Because
Proud
I
to be
like
Amsoga,
something
eh?
which Faizo said. If we sit on this show and we tell women out there, please, if you stay home, mom, be paid. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Police cells will be
You
full.
don't-
No, but what?
But what we are saying, and I like what Jalo said.
About the
Family-
house girl? Really?
No. Families are different things. He runs his household differently.
Yeah.
I run mine differently. You run yours differently. Our young colleagues here who are dating, they run their affairs
they are
differently.
side pieces.
Albert could be paying for all the internet that the lady uses. Faizo may not be paying for it.
My pay
And it works. It
Yeah.
works. And you see why family has survived. Why the family is one of the most surviving institutions is because whereas society expects us to run family in a certain way, each family has its unique formula which makes it run. And if we start destabilizing the equilibrium, we are going to cause more problems. So if you can, you pay.
You can do it.
Okay,
No, let me first, this is what
because I want to direct this to you. My question is, are we aware on this show that one of our greatest challenges as a nation is budgeting?
Yes.
And what happens with a lot of men, because we come from a very patriarchal society, don't get me wrong, the man is the head of the house, will always be, okay? Because we don't budget, we end up in situations where money is not accounted for, things are not done. What is wrong with factor? If you as a man can factor in money that you're going to spend on yourself in your budget, what is wrong with factoring in a certain amount every month for your wife?
We said if you have the money.
if you have the money,
Do
they say that
it.
if you do not have the money, if you do not listen,
If you have the money,
listen, Peter,
we do
first
that.
wait,
What
let me
you're saying
finish.
is that we don't want to label it
Jalo, let me
as
finish.
salary.
We have clearly stated, be a responsible husband. If you're a responsible husband, trust me, your wife will say, okay, this guy surely is paying 100% of the bills, but he's not paying me. He is contributing to my welfare. That is different. My point is, that one I've told you, Peter, I do not agree with paying a wife. what I'm going to say that you have a daughter, Peter. Is that the example you want to teach her, to stay home and expect to be paid? No. Peter, we must be teaching the next generation to work. We must be telling of women, we must be telling them that, look here, you are precious, you have a mind, you have intelligence, you have creativity.
Why did they take
go
you to school?
out there. We are even taking you to school. Then we take you to school and then you stay home and then you expect to be paid. No, once you pay a woman, you are bringing down the entire fabric of a woman.
We have to get into our parting shot now. Your parting shot. I don't agree with this man. Yes.
I will start with Faisal. Let me collect my thoughts. Start with
All
Faisal.
right, Faisal, your parting shot.
I know why you always want to make me the first, but anyway. The families, the families out there. I've seen families where the husband actually pays for the woman's, her family's welfare as well. There's a guy, he's providing for the wife, he's providing for the mother-in-law and the brother. Like, he's literally paying for their kids, even like the brother's kids, the sister's kids. But we are not going to say every man should do it, because not everyone has that money. This is why we say, if you have the money, what the hell, do it. I mean, it's doing nothing in the bank, do it. But people don't have money, and there's no way you're going to subject someone to giving you a monthly payout. So what happens when there's no money? Does the marriage end? If there's no money, you're going to have situations whereby she's going to tell you, you know what, this month you didn't pay me, no sex.
And you're going to have situations where all those women out there are going to throw stones at you.
I'm okay with it, as long as I'm telling the men to do what's right for them.
How about your parting shot?
My parting shot is very simple. Men out there, let's start a generation of ladies that can contribute to being a woman, a holistic woman, a woman that does not wait to be paid, a woman that wants the better. If a woman works, trust me, if your woman works, your household will be a bed of roses. I'm telling you, your house, you will have the amazing sex, you'll have the best, you'll have a lovely family, because she will be happy, she will have her money, you'll be contributing, and you will grow as a man, you will grow. But if you start paying for a woman, your daughter is watching. Peter, your daughter is watching. If you have such high standards and such expectations, you are going to be let down, because as Ugandan men, especially me, will not pay you, because I expect you have a brain. If you are a special needs lady, you either need to be in a hospital or in a special needs healthcare. So please, if your special needs, because I love you so much and I can pay for you to be in that special needs healthcare. But now you have a brain, you have creativity, work. Women out there, work, and men out there, be responsible.
This man preaching.
I know he's becoming a preacher.
Amen.
Because Chris is not
Yes.
your
Jalo.
parting shot.
First of all, you're going to get comments like, who asked men that they want us to pay us? You're going to get comments like that. You're going to get comments like that. But we need to come out of this enabling culture, enabling laziness. You've seen most of these reality TV series or American reality series of women who just sit at home and they are paid, they do nothing, they're just slaying. You are there, you have a house help at home. First of all, it is not wrong. It is not wrong. It is not wrong for you to be a mother. When we come into this relationship, we come as a unit. I will work and you will stay at home. If you want to work, then that's cool. We need to encourage women. We need to encourage women and tell them that they can work. When you tell women that you're going to pay them, you're enabling laziness. Women are not, being a woman is not a disability. It's not a disability. We're in 2019. You wanted this, you wanted empowerment, embrace it. Look for things to do. Don't, the moment you say that we should pay you, paying you for what? What are we paying you for? Like, for doing what? For staying at home and running my house?
And growing fat and fat.
And growing fat? Not giving me child?
Your parting shot.
Wrong with
Jalu, this is tough. Okay. I think one thing people need to understand is that the culture of us Ugandan men budgeting a salary, a monthly salary for the wife is a new thing. And it's uncommon actually. But you know, as societies change, more and more men probably will go into paying their wives who stay home. My argument is very simple. If you are staying home, not because I've stopped you from working, I will not pay you. If you're staying home out of necessity, because you are looking after our children, because we don't have a business where you work, you don't have a job, I will meet the expenses.
Thank you.
As the Ugandan men have always met the expenses. And as a good husband, I think it's your duty to make sure that the money you make is available for the household to jointly spend. So if the money I have earned is jointly being spent, what is the logic of me paying you at the end of the month? However, if you can afford to pay, please pay.
Not please.
Okay,
Do as you want.
okay, that was his parting shot. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this has been our special edition for Women's Day. Mine is very simple. I think it's important for men not to be selfish. Okay, the fact that you have worked and you have earned is a good thing, but also a woman who's staying at home is working, and only that what she is doing is my parting shot. Only that what she is doing, and being a parent is work, and only that what she's doing may not directly be putting income in your hands. However, if she is giving you a home that prepares you to be able to go out and make that money, she is actually the bedrock of your earning. That's my parting shot. With those few words, all I can say is have a good night. And gentlemen, please budget and share your money with your wives. As NTV men, we celebrate women. They are our mothers, our sisters, our aunties, and they are the ones who brought us into this world. So from us all here at NTV Men, we say Happy Women's Day!